Chicken liver really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. Art Blow coming through with the truth. Keep it 100, that's the only rule. Every week, bring something you ain't know. Hot topics, that's the name of the show. Hit us with the like, follow, share, and a cash app coming to you, player. Chicken liver really fell from the sky, and half the truth ain't nothing but a lie. It's time to tell the truth. 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 Kids, and if one word is what we came to do.
That's who's back. It's your boy Art beside Keith Blow. Welcome to another edition of Time to Tell the Truth. We got a hot show tonight. I'm saying it's smoking hot. We're just going to continue on. And as we go through these shows, me and Blow, we talk off camera. We do a lot of stuff. But we came to the conclusion, and we've been trying to figure out, why don't you stand with America? That's the nice hot topic tonight. Why don't you stand with America? We noticed it's a lot of people that they don't even like where they was born and raised at. I don't get it. Even though you got nowhere else, you can't even take pride in where you stay.
That's crazy. It's time to tell the truth. Give us a call, 704-449-6563 at highlight at everyone. Like the page, put your cash apps up. You already know how it goes. You can watch us on live. You can watch us live as well on YouTube. Time to Tell the Truth podcast, all one word. Like I always say, today's topic is, why don't you stand with America?
Yeah, I'm just saying, why don't you stand with America? I see you, honey. That's my wife coming in. What make you say that? Well, what makes me say that is because you got everybody against what we got going on out here in America. We got everybody coming into America trying to change America into wherever they came from, basically. Yep. And everybody's agreeing with that, which that is not right. If they say when you go to Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. This is Rome to everybody else. You're supposed to be doing what the Romans do, but don't nobody want to come here and do what the Romans do. They want to come here and do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You in Rome, you do what the Romans do, but you got people fighting so hard to change this to something else.
Yep.
If you want to change this to Italy, you need to just go to Italy. You don't have to try to change this to Italy. You're not going to go change Italy into America.
Mm-hmm. And another way, say what make you say that, like stuff like, what make me say that is stuff like America is not want to celebrate the 250th anniversary of the country. You got people against every decision that the leader of this country do. You got people that when Obama was president, everybody was, they was giving the leader of ICE medals and all kind of stuff. Now you got all these people against anti-ICE all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It just seems like everybody's doing, it seems like a lot of Americans today want America to burn. It's like they really want to see us in fire, smoke, and ashes. And this is the country that you stay in.
Yeah, that's exactly. Funny. Everybody wants this country to be something other than it is. They say it was built on biasness. They say it was built on, we got a clip we're going to show you from a lady. I thought we was going to play with my first, but we might have to play that lady first. I didn't know that people didn't want, they didn't want to celebrate. They don't want to celebrate. It was plenty,
they didn't want to celebrate.
To the concert, it was plenty of stars that wouldn't even perform at that concert that they had up there in DC. Everybody else want to celebrate. Look, let me say this right quick. They want to come here and celebrate Cinco de Mayo. This is a whole nother country. They want to have a whole Cinco de Mayo day and want everybody to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but nobody wants to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this country. Make that make sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then you trying to, one thing I don't like what they're doing is they trying to make any support for the president wrong. And that's not right. Any celebrity that align themselves with the president, they automatically want to cancel the person. They don't want to support the person. Like, what kind of country is this? What makes it come to a point where somebody got voted into office? So that means they're more popular than you giving them credit for, and then you want to, you at every turn of the head, you want to silence the man. You don't want the man on YouTube. You don't want the man on Instagram. You don't want the man now NBC, ABC. They blocking speeches. They don't want the man to speak to the public. I mean, this is crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
Right.
You know what? The Democrats is the biggest threat to America right now today.
Exactly.
Because they're doing everything that they swear Trump doing. That is straight dictator stuff right there. To block a president's speech from. I mean, my thing is this: in America, we always say. Well, I always say this: in America, a liar has the right to be one. You have the right to be a liar in America. You could tell me anything. It's up to me to believe you. Everybody has heard a lie. Everybody has told a lie. Everybody know what a lie is. You know what I mean? If you tell me something, it's up to you whether I believe it or not. I don't get it.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, man. You know, they don't even like ICE enforcing our laws that we made. I mean, we made those laws, but they don't want ICE to enforce the laws. Just let them enforce the laws that you made in the first place. It's a reason we can't have millions and millions and millions of people up here in our country. You don't have them going to other countries like that because they take up resources. They take up a lot of stuff. It takes a lot of money to feed these people, house them, put them places. And then you complain at the same time about not having nothing. I don't get it.
You're right. And a lot of people in this country ignorant, man. Like I seen all those people, they up there in New York. You got all them Muslims wearing that all black stuff and doing all these crazy little moves like they ready to straight start something. Now, when the NBA finals were going on, you had Knicks fans up there beating up Spurs fans, but now ain't nobody throwing no punches. I don't get it. It don't make no sense. These people down here, like they want to start an uprising in America, and ain't no Americans standing up to that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you know, it is. It's really crazy. So the way that they have got us flipped around and got people hating their own country and the way we do things over here, and you would rather celebrate, okay, the way somebody else do something. You mean you got stars that'll get out there and celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and they'll put on their little hats and they'll do all this stuff, but you won't celebrate the 250th anniversary of your own freaking country. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, it's a problem.
So which video you want us to show first, Art?
Let's show how we got here. And this is how we got here. From stuff like this lady, we getting ready to show you a video, and it's of this lady that's trying to tell you what's going on in this country. I don't agree with all of it. I don't agree with most of it. And then a lot of it is true. Let me put it this way. A lot of what she's saying is true, but she leaves out a very important part. The most important part, if you want to ask me. And I'm going to let y'all see if y'all can figure out what that is.
What they're talking about is the fact that Black folks, we only represent 13% of the population, but there's a larger percentage of us in prison. But unlike y'all bigots think, it's not because we're more violent. It's because of racial bias and racial profiling. And this racial profiling leads to us representing 50% of wrongful convictions. This is why Black folks are 7.5 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of murder, and 19 times more likely than white folks to be wrongfully convicted of drug crimes. And once we're in there, we serve longer sentences for these wrongful convictions than our white counterparts. So the next time you want to talk about the disproportionate number of Black folks in prison, make sure you include all the racist ways white folks made that happen.
Go ahead, Art.
Yeah. Well, you know, she said a lot of stuff, and a lot of that stuff that she said was true. But what is the most important thing that she did not say? You know,
what's going on, Trey Prue?
The most important thing that she did not say in that video clip was who got us there, how we do that. I mean, Why is it like that? It's like that because of the same person she probably, perhaps, I'd probably be willing to put some money on, went down there and voted for Joe Biden, who had the biggest crime bill that locked up more black people that's ever been locked up. She went straight to the poll and voted for this man. Yep. I'm just saying, that's how we got there. That's how we got to what she was talking about. If you want to know how we get to where we do, we go ahead and kill our own self. They give you the sword to kill yourself with. They tell you, follow on your same sword. This man made those laws. He took those laws. He pushed those laws. He made those laws happen. Now you got all these people locked up. You sitting there talking about it and went right down there more than likely and voted for the same man you put in charge that's making all these dumb, bogus laws. Just like the laws that they making up about transing our kids, about men and women's sports, about all these abortion laws they want to have abortion. That same lady went and probably, perhaps, voted for them people. And you got the audacity to sit here and talk about how this country is biased and all of that. And when you sitting there going ahead and letting them do it, making them do it, and you being a part of it. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, bro.
Yep, because I feel like America is in its most pivotal state right now. If everybody get on the right side of history right now, we really could go somewhere right about now. The problem is everybody is being vocal about what they don't want, but they don't even realize that the side they own is the side that is doing exactly what they say they don't want. Y'all don't want a dictator, but y'all don't clearly see, if you could block out the president from talking, that is a dictatorship. That is people right there that is dictating the information that you get. That's a dictatorship. Y'all can't even recognize, like Trump even told you out of his mouth. Y'all saying I'm a dictator. I can't even get a ballroom. That man can't even get a Facebook page. That man can't get an Instagram account. This man can't even, he to the point now, me and Art go up there and take a picture with him. Now they done boycotted time to tell the truth. You see what I'm saying? This is the crazy stuff that's going on in this country, but then you sleep on the fact that, and I looked it up too, Art. I looked it up too, and I might be wrong, but I looked it up, and I know it's true for me. Every American that's living in this country right now that's making under $73,000 is not paying no federal income taxes, and they are getting no money coming out of their check for overtime, and that's crazy. That's crazy, and nobody's speaking about that. Nobody's saying that. You can look that up on Google right now. If you're making less than $73,000 right now, they is not taking no federal taxes out your check, and I can pull it up for you. Because they ain't been taking nothing out of mine, and I've been wondering why. So I had to start asking around, and that's what I found out. They're not even taking no taxes out your check.
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah, you fall for the okie doke, but you can't keep falling for it all the time. I mean, there is a problem. People tell lies all the time. She didn't know he was like that, saying one thing and doing another. Yeah, we get that. But the problem is they'll go back and do the same thing. How many people was wanting to put Joe Biden and Kamala Harris back in there? I mean, till he just faltered. The man was running again. Yeah. I mean, he carries Kamala Harris carries the same ideology. And I mean, it's the ideology that's what's getting you. She carries the same ideology. Mm-hmm. They own the same team. You would go down there and probably vote for Kamala Harris, which would do the same thing.
Yeah,
you keep
all they doing. All they doing is a depopulation agenda. That's all they doing. They want you to have abortions. They want the trans kids. They want everybody to be trans. They don't. I mean, that's anti-God. That's anti-Jesus. That's everything. That's anti-Christianity. It is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm telling you. So the biggest hoax and tricks that was ever played on us was putting Barack Obama, making him the president. That was the biggest trick that was ever played on black people, because that made us think that we was getting something. Listen, Blo, that's the oldest trick in the book. They play that trick in prisons all the time. They always come up with some bill to help the prisoner out that probably shouldn't have been there, or they gave him all this time that lady was talking about. You know what I'm saying? They did that. to give it. It was a trick because we thought we was getting something by having a black president. That's why Barack Obama was the biggest trick. I mean, because we never got not one single thing from Barack Obama, which is a shame. We didn't get nothing, not one thing from Barack Obama, and that's why it was the biggest trick ever played on black people. They just put him there to say that we have a black man. No, I'm not saying he's not worthy. I'm saying that if you was a black person and you got into white, you complain about Trump doing stuff for white people, but you never complain about Barack Obama not doing nothing for black people. That's what the trick is. That we're gonna play Umar. Umar settles it up. Umar settles it up. Play Umar for him, Blow, and he's gonna tell you exactly why that was the trick.
Here we go.
For several reasons. We discussed some of them before. But a big reason Barack Obama was made president for several reasons. We discussed some of them before. But a big reason why he was made president, as far as elections go, is because white America needed to give black America the illusion of inclusion. White America needed to give black America the illusion of inclusion, Art. So they gave us a black president to distract us from the hell to come after he left office. So they said, let's give these politically uneducated, religious, and emotional Negroes a black president. And while they celebrate Barack Obama, who's going to do nothing for them, while they celebrate him for 8 years, we are going to engineer the greatest electoral takeover in American history, a coup d'etat of the black vote. And every black person, Art, who sat up there when Obama got elected in 2008, who celebrated Obama from 2009 to 2016, every black person who told the world, Barack Obama doesn't have to do anything for me except be black. Barack Obama doesn't have to do anything for me except be black. Art, we need to round them Negroes up. They need to have their melanin snatched, and they need to get 5,000 lashes apiece. Why? Because if Barack Obama doesn't have to serve the interests of black people as a black president, if Barack Obama doesn't have to serve the interests of black people as a black president, I damn sure as Donald Trump don't have to serve black interests. I damn sure as Joe Biden don't have to serve black interests. And whoever becomes president from here on out, Art, they can ignore black people. Why? Because we set a precedent under Obama where we let him ignore us, do nothing at all, specifically and particularly for black people, and he got away with it. Art, we are as responsible as the Democratic Party and the Republican Party for what just happened.
Yeah, go ahead, Art.
Okay, now, you want to say why was it a trick? That's why it was a trick. That's why it was a trick. 8 years and nothing, and everybody else gets to do what he did to us. If a black man can become president for 8 years and do absolutely nothing for a black man, why do you think anybody after that should be able to do something or would even think about doing something for a black man? That's
well,
why
I think to be honest with you, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Out of Barack Obama.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I think Trump served the interests of the black man because I am able to bring more money home to my family with Trump being in office, and I feel like, being a lifelong Democrat, with as much taxes as they take from your money that's not getting taken from my money right now, I think he's doing a lot for the black person. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I think he's doing a lot for every race interest. Not only
but that's
black.
Why they hate him, Blow. That's why they hate him. That's why they hate him.
It's a shallow, empty mind that thinks that way. That thinks what way, Trey Prue? Yeah, because I mean, but I agree 100%. He should have served some kind of interest to the black person, some
Yeah.
kind of way. Period.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. Why do you think every black America was so excited? They wasn't excited because it was just a black man. They was excited because they knew that they was gonna get something out of the deal.
yep, I did
I mean,
too.
we
I
couldn't even
definitely
get
was
a black
expecting.
bill.
If you notice, blacks are in higher positions. It wasn't about him doing just for the blacks. It was for the people. Blacks are in a higher position. Yeah, well, we was talking about that too. You know, it's good that blacks are in position, but the thing about it is, are they the most qualified? I'm not saying in some instances they not, but in some instances, people are getting positions just because of their race, just because they black. You know what I mean? I think that the most qualified person should always get the job, because we was talking about that too, inclusion versus qualification, because and a lot of times you got people that's getting put in positions, you know, for the sake of inclusion and not for the sake of being qualified.
Well, let's just say this. Let's just say this, Blow. Let's
That
just say
Obama
this.
only needed to be black. Yeah, some people, yeah, a lot of people say that.
Let's just say this, Blow.
You're right.
Let's just say this. Let's just say that people in powerful position, we right now to this day got a Supreme Court justice that don't know what a woman is. What about when bills go up to this unqualified person and it takes a deciding vote to not push some stupid agenda through, that she pushes some dumb agenda through? I mean, we got a person that position. You want people in positions like that? That's what he did. That's what they did for you. Showed you that anybody could be a president, right? But anybody's not qualified. I'm just saying, anybody can be a president. Anybody's not qualified. If you ain't doing nothing for this country, I don't think you ought to be a president. And I ain't talking about for a few people that getting gay rights. I'm talking about doing something for everybody. That's a president of a whole country, not the president of just a couple of people. That's what I'm talking about.
You're right, though, because we had a black president for 8 years.
Positions, me and Blow is talking about being qualified for those positions. That's what happens when you start making inclusion happen and just wanting to be included and putting people in all these positions that don't belong there. Mm-hmm. That's what happens. You get somebody that don't even know what a woman is, and you're a freaking Supreme Court justice, and everybody knows what a woman is.
And But see, my problem with the people that don't want to stand with America right now, they don't want nobody else to have to follow the rules, but we still got to follow them all. I don't get it. They want everybody. They don't want nobody else to have to follow the rules, but we got to follow the rules. They want to just let everybody come over here and get everything that we can't even apply for and get every time, and then we can't go nowhere and do that. We can't go nowhere. You got people from other countries come over here, set our flag on fire in the middle of the street. But if you go over there and even touch their flag wrong or even look at their flag the wrong way, they go cut your head off your body. I mean, that's what I don't understand. It's just the level of disrespect that this country has for, I don't know. It's just the level of confusion that the Democratic Party has caused. I mean, they have caused so much confusion to the point where we just got people just standing up for everything that they against. Well, I mean, people literally standing for stuff that they know they're not for. You say you don't want a dictator, but you standing on the side of dictators. You say you don't want pedophilia, but you standing on the side of pedophilia. You got people marching down the street butt naked in front of kids. You got people teaching kids how to masturbate. You got court rulings over parents to change genders on kids, but y'all talking about y'all want to see the Epstein files. I don't get it. Y'all, it's just the level of hypocrisy in this country is through the roof. You know, you got people right now. I'm willing to believe you got people that they want Iran to take Trump out. You got people vocally saying that and making posts that saying they stand with Iran. Americans. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I kind of wish Trump would become a dictator so he could deem the Democratic Party a terrorist organization, because that's what they acting like.
Well, Blow, my position on all of that is, man, you got these people out here that's doing everything to stand against the very country that we is. It's good he freed the gays. Look at how many people would be in the closet having family spreading deadly diseases, etc., because they couldn't be who they really are. Well, I don't think that, first and foremost, I don't think that's who they really are, because a man is a man and a woman is a woman. Then he didn't free no gay. The gays was already free. They was already out here. They was already doing what they was going to do anyway. It wasn't no closet. I knew gays that was already out here gay. That's all they had to do was be who they really were. They didn't have to need Obama to do that. The only thing Obama did was pass a law for them to get married, which is abomination to God. Let me correct you on that, since you standing with that. If you're going to stand with that, you got to stand against God, because God don't stand with that. Two men is not what's supposed to happen, and you know that yourself. So Obama didn't do, excuse my French, a damn thing that was good. By doing that, he created more chaos. Who am I? It's not me that's judging you. It's the word of God that's going to do the judging. I'm just repeating that. So now if you tell God, who is he to judge? Because he's the one said it, not me.
Well,
you want to say I said that, but you don't read your Bible. You ain't been in your Bible. Tell God, ask him who he is the judge. He was the one that did it. And if you say
I'm gonna tell you what my biggest
hypothetical, that's still on you. I don't. I mean, again, it's not for us, but we can't judge some things. I tell you what, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge a murderer? Who are you to judge a dope dealer? Who are you to judge You can't judge people. Don't get that twisted. You absolutely can judge people, and you judge them all the time. You sit there being hypocritical, and you judge people every day. Who are you? That's the question. A hypocrite out here in this world, which you are, because you do it. Yeah, it's not for us. Yeah, you're right, but you judge people every single day. You stop judging first before you tell somebody else. But I'm just saying.
But see, my problem is
let him be his own. But you don't free nobody.
But see, my problem is I'm not.
Them and God.
I'm not against
God out here and try to make the rules. That's the point.
See, the problem is this, though.
That's what you ought to be asking. Because
the biggest problem is this.
God.
It's okay. My thing is, I don't even have no problem with, like I said, the gay marriage. That's just a choice that you have to make. Like you said, you have to deal with God on that. But my problem is whenever you bring it down to kids. Right. Whenever when you formulate a whole, see, one thing about it is you got gay adults, you got gay transgenders, you got adult gays, you got adult lesbians. But when you try to create children trans, children gays, children lesbians, that's where the problem lies, because that is a decision that they need to make when they get older. We don't need to be trying to see, oh, this person needs to qualify as gay at 4 years old. Oh, this person might be gay at 5 years old. That's not for us to do. That's not, because you got some people that's running around out here that there was a girly girl all the way till they got the 8th, 9th grade. Then they started dating girls. Then when they got the 12th grade, now they pregnant. Now here you go 10 years later, they got 4 kids. You see what I'm saying? So that don't automatically mean that's how you're going to be. Because you got some that go be straight, then turn gay, then they straight again, now they got a family. You see what I'm saying? So you can't, that is not, my thing is, all that stuff should be off limit to kids. That's the biggest problem I have. Let me say, because how would God love all but abandon gays? There's no much more I could say about it. Because she was saying the Bible hypocritical, because how would God love? Well, what the whole thing is, it's about the natural order. Right. The way that man and woman was created to produce children, the natural order of life. And that's why, Yeah, God loves all, but like I say, I think like Art say, because when you get to it's a lot of variables that come in when you talk about homosexuality. You got some homosexuals that's just, they say born like that, but I believe it's got something to do with some of them shots they put in you. You know what I mean? Because they get, Lord knows, they got all type of estrogen and hormones and that stuff that can sway you. Then you got uh, abuse. You got some kids that are abused by adults sexually, and then that make them want to, you know what I mean, not go the right path as far as sexuality. Because a lot of gay men was molested as kids, and a lot of lesbian women was molested as kids, and we all know this to be true. So
Well, let me say this. Let me say this on that, Blow. Let me say this. Let me say this. God loves everybody. God even loves the murderer. Okay, God loves the murderer, but He don't love the act of the murderer. So you sit there and say God abandoned somebody. He ain't abandoned nobody. He didn't even abandon the murderer. Okay, but the murderer, he don't like the act of murdering. So if you're gonna say that, the act is the problem. It's not the person. It's the act. So He didn't abandon anybody. Don't you think that they abandoned God? Don't you think that they abandoned God's natural order? It wasn't God's natural order for a murderer to kill nobody. That's why He don't accept that. It's not His natural order. His natural order, like Black said, even animals know better. You're an animal. You don't see two animals jumping up trying to make a baby with that one, or just doing each other. That animals got. It's a natural order even to the animals. They know their place. It's just that man had more freedom with his mind, and he decided to be corrupt with it. Okay? He decided to be a corrupt with his mind. That's all that is. So when you sit there and think people getting on gays and talking about love, you better really understand God first. I believe if you start to understand God, you don't even have to have a Bible to know that God exists. Just look out here in the world. Just look up at the stars. It's a God out there. You don't even have to believe the Bible to know that it's a God. I'm just telling you that right now. You don't have to believe the Bible, but you know it's a God out there. God made a natural order on this earth, and you better pay attention to it. The natural order wasn't for two men or two women to be together. That's a natural order. That's not the natural order. Just like animals don't do it. You shouldn't do it. Just like you shouldn't kill one another. So if you say he abandoned the murderer, no, he didn't abandon the murderer. He loved the murderer, but he don't love the act that the murderer is doing. You got to separate the two. It's an act and it's a person. It's a person committing the act. You don't like the thief, the robber, all that stuff.
That's another problem I have with pushing that agenda on kids, because
people every day.
And you know what? And that's another problem what I have about pushing that agenda on kids, because you're pushing the agenda on them that you're not even a part of that. You're not even a part of that group of people until you commit the act. I could put on makeup, a wig, a dress, heels, and walk around for the rest of my life. But if I don't sleep with another man, I'm not gay. That's the whole point. You're not that until you do the act. You could do everything that make you gay, but have sex with the same sex, and then you're not gay until you do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the problem, man. When when you start telling kids, oh well, the LGBTQ, it's just all about God loving everybody and everybody being accepted for however they are. Okay, yeah, you say that, but when it boils down to it, it's about what happens on the bed when the door locked. That's it. That's what it boils down to. Like you say, Art. Don't nothing make it wrong but the act.
It's the act. Yeah, you can compare that. You can compare that. It's the act. It's an act that you do. That's not natural. It's not a natural act. What makes killing another person wrong?
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. And the problem that makes it wrong is you already know that you can't. It wasn't meant to be that way, because a man can sleep with a man forever and a woman can sleep with a woman forever, and ain't no babies go come out of it. So if that was the case, men can make babies with men if it was even a question. Men don't even have the production parts in them for a man to be, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. You right.
That's a natural
You
order.
right.
Common sense. Bro, I think they just got rid of common sense. I think they got rid of common sense and threw it out the window, and they want to believe what they want to believe. That's the problem with what we got going on out here now.
Yeah, you
want
right.
to believe anything that, and the Bible said that. Okay, for people that don't believe the Bible, if you ever read it, it said that you was gonna believe what you want to believe. You were gonna take the lie in the place of the truth, you know, and you would accept the truth before you would. You accept the lie before you would the truth. Me and Blow sit up here and told you the truth about that shot, and you still went and took it because you accepted the lie over the truth.
And then you still got people. This is the
and all of that, and you believe the lie over the truth, and you still
I want to know who is protecting Donald Trump from these rape allegations. If the man can't now, even if you're a Democrat, you can't tell me that you got a president who they won't even play his speech on TV to the addressing the public, and you think that he's being protected by who from rape charges? Man, Trump would be up under the jail if that man was a pedophile, and and everybody should know that. Who is protecting somebody that they won't even air his speech on TV? I don't get it. Ain't nobody protecting that person. Come on, man. Ain't nobody protecting that man.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have to be a doctor to understand common sense. I don't have to be a doctor. See, that's the problem. You'll listen to a doctor. Guess what the doctor told me to do? Take it. He was the doctor, and he still gave it to you. So you go back and believe the doctor again. I'm just saying, the doctor told me to take that garbage. So what made the doctor right? How come the doctor didn't know what I knew? I wasn't the doctor, but the doctor didn't know. I'm just saying. You said I wasn't a doctor. No, I wasn't. But I do have common sense. I have common sense. I don't have to be a doctor to have common sense. I can read. I can write. I can do research.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And we even given the pass to even say that you can't do what you think or feel. But the only thing is you can't make it right when we know it's not meant to be that way.
You can't.
Just like we said about the babies. Just like we said about the babies.
See, they think you got to be a doctor or a professional. They think you got to be a doctor or a professional to tell them something. They think, oh man, you ain't this and that. You can't tell me nothing. Anybody can tell you something. It's up to you whether you listen or not. It's up to you whether you validate it or not. That's up to you. That means we talked about that. Yeah, absolutely. Common sense is the key, but you got to do something yourself. You can't just do what anybody tell you. That's the problem that most people have. Anybody say something, you jumping on it. You ain't did no research. You ain't looked at it. You ain't paid it no attention. You just go and believe it. I'm just saying that's what happens out here today. And that's a problem with most people. Dog, start paying attention. Common sense is the key. Now, if you think two men belong together, okay, and they can't make a baby, where common sense at?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't listen to us. You told us you hope we die. You told us you hope we die. Yeah, you told us if we go to the doctor, you hope they won't do nothing. Come on, man. Yeah. What did they tell us, Blow?
Yeah, well, we heard a bunch of that.
Yeah.
We heard a bunch of that. We supposed to comply with the meeting. Say nobody talks like that. Oh yeah. We definitely heard that. I mean, but we seen from the public, we saw you got doctors at the hospital that wouldn't give people their transplants because they didn't want to get the thing. You got people that was waiting on transplants and their number came up and they ain't give it to them because they ain't want to go get the thing anybody. I'm saying just because you make a mistake and have a certain lifestyle doesn't mean God won't accept you. God loves all his children, mistakes and all, etc. Well, I mean, I can believe that, but like Art said, he don't want you doing no murder. He don't want you to, because there is a such thing as repent.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part. That part, Blow.
Somebody talk like that. Shame on them. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of that going on. Oh yeah, they were saying the hateful stuff they were saying about us.
Yeah, they were hoping we die, all kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you repent, of course, even a murderer can go to heaven if he repent. That's the whole claim. You saying, well, God don't love you If you felt like you could just do anything you wanted to, why not go out and kill 1 million people? It's okay. God will take me. Okay, yeah, go out and kill 1 million people. That's okay. God accept me. Yeah, go out there and do anything I want to do, and God accept me. Go steal from 1,000 people or rob them or whatever. God will take me. I'm just saying that you can't use that as no excuse. You know right from wrong. It's a thing. Listen, we automatically know right from wrong. It's within us. The natural order sets right and wrong apart from the beginning. You know it's not right to kill no baby, but they go out there and say have abortions all the time. That's not right. You know. Yeah.
I done got COVID twice, and I was very sick both times. But I mean, shoot, I beat it, so and I'm good. So,
well, I'm just saying, Blow. Look, we have to have some common sense, and we know right from wrong. You just can't tell me you don't know right from wrong just by the natural order stuff. Stop pretending that this stuff, just because people do stuff, don't make it right. I'm just saying, 2 men can go together all they want, as far as I'm concerned. But that, you ain't gonna make me say that that's right because they out of some closet. I'm just saying, you ain't gonna make me say that's right, and that's what they.
And like I say, when they boil down to it, it's like
that's not right, and I'm not gonna never say it's right.
Well, and I agree, and like I say, if they feel like it's right, then that's on them. But at the end of the day, like I say, if men was meant to be with men, men could have babies with men. That is just the common sense of it. When it boils down to it, our creator created us to be with women, and I created women to be with men. Now, whatever you choose to do outside of that is okay, but you can't argue that. There ain't even no room for argument in that conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So true may be that they don't care about God anyway. They only care about the law sending them to prison for murder. Well, yeah, I took the shot and still had COVID. Yeah, but that's the thing that a lot of people don't talk about that too. A lot of people don't talk about the fact that they told people that if they got that shot, they weren't gonna get COVID. They told the people that.
Told you that. The doctor agreed with that. You know, but I don't care what people do. A murderer is gonna do what he do, but that don't make it right. I'm just saying, it just don't make it right. It's just certain things don't make it right. I'm sorry, I can't say something is right when I know it's wrong. They pushing all these abortions, have abortion, but they never push. Just don't get pregnant in the first place. They don't push that side of it. Why not push that side and you don't have to deal with the other side? It's a reason they push that side. Just like Bro said from the beginning of the show, they're trying to get rid of so many people on this earth. If 2 men get together and they trans everybody, where's the baby's gonna come from? If 2 women get together, where's the baby's gonna come from? Nobody making babies. That's what they want. They want that just because God.
And then they doing pedophilia stuff. And then they doing the pedophilia stuff because they introducing kids to sex at such an early age. Why is ain't no kindergartner in the history of life ever thought about masturbating? Come on now. What kind of stuff are these Democrats doing? Come on, man. Art show y'all this stuff and y'all just turn the other cheek with that. But y'all here, so y'all see the Epstein files, and then you see Trump turned in Epstein for it, and then you ignore the fact that he turned the man in. Like y'all hold on to what y'all want to hold on to and let go whatever you want to let go. Come on, man. You won't even keep it 100. The multiple reasons, responsibility. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like everything that they swear, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know, Art. It's crazy, man. Like I said, we just dealing with a time where ain't nobody keeping it 100, ain't nobody being honest. Don't nobody want to say that was good or that was bad and be truthful about it. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, they hate somebody so bad that even when they do something good, it's something bad. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then you would trade everything for nothing.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, man. Black people, and then black people always start talking about, and I talk about black people because I am black, and I'm gonna be honest. We talk about everything that we don't even care about. You got all these woke black people that swear up and down that we still in slavery and we still in bondage, and the government is holding back black people. But then y'all the same ones talking about Trump supporters on January 6th. So do you like the government or do you not like the government? Because if the black people I know seem like you should be applauding people running up in there. You swear you don't like the people. Do you like the people or do you not like the people?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. We want to know, why don't you stand with America? I mean, for the life of me, that's what I want to know. Why do I got to follow the rules? Why do I got to go get a pass? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody that's anti-ICE should not get a what you call it, a passport before they leave the country. They should just go to the airport and leave. If you don't believe in rules, so you go follow the rules, but you don't want nobody else to have none.
Right. Right.
The hypocrisy.
Yeah. Well, you know, so I'm telling you, they overlook it, and that's what's the problem. That's what they're doing in this country. They trying to get everybody in America to hate America. They trying to tear down all America and just make it everything. You know, they want to make it every culture. They want to make it every anything. They want this thing in so much of a chaos that you can't do nothing. Well, the problem with that is somebody going to wind up wanting to take over. I mean, they're going to want to take it over. You got the Muslims trying to take over everything right now. Countries and Sharia laws and all that over here within the United States. You say you don't want this stuff, but you're putting the same people in place to get it. That's what I don't understand. We showed the clip from the beginning of the lady talking about everybody being in prison at a disproportionate act. And we come back and tell you, you voted for the man that put the laws out there. So what are you complaining about? Yep. That's what you voted for. You wanted to complain about everybody having something. Those are the ones that open the gates to let them all come in. And you still complaining about not having nothing. This stuff don't make no sense, bro.
They don't.
It's the same people. You still wanted to put Kamala Harris right behind Joe Biden, who told you she wasn't going to do nothing specifically for black people, period. But that's the one that you wanted. She actually wasn't going to do anything for anybody in America, period. Let me get that straightened out. But except maybe the gays. You know? Yeah. Yes, well, she did say that. Come on, bro. No.
Yeah, she did.
I wish we had that clip pulled up. I don't know. They keep you in a vacuum out here. The lady said it out of her own mouth. Yeah, the lady said it out of her own mouth. She said that she wasn't going to do anything specifically for blacks, right on TV. Every black was there. Well, you should have been hearing it. We've been saying it the whole time. There ain't nothing but a quick Google search, and you can pull it up. I'm just saying. It's out there. That's why when you don't read, when you don't pay attention, when you don't look at stuff, you miss everything that's important.
I got it right. Here you go. I got it right here, Art.
All right.
Let me play it. I'm going to let you see it.
Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, we had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists. It is a barrier to progress. We have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, Black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm give people who are making $100,000 less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of Black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects Black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit Black children, Black families, Black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing that's gonna do. Yeah, I guess you heard that. Yeah, you're not gonna do nothing specifically for Blacks, period. But you'll do something specifically for somebody else. Yeah, I heard that. Did you hear it? Yeah, did you hear that? She was not gonna do nothing specifically for Blacks. She's not gonna sit there and say that. Well, it's a lot you could do specifically for Black people. Yeah, it's a lot you could do. Yeah, it's a lot you can do specifically for Blacks. You know, you can have a black bill. What about a Black hate bill? What about that? You got an Asian bill. You can put a Black hate bill out there. What about that? That's something you can do.
Yeah, you can scrub some of these records. You can scrub some of these records of these non-violent offenders. You know, people that if you ain't locked up for no kidnapping or no assault or no weapons or nothing like that, and you just got maybe drug sales or something on your record, or drug possession, maybe they could clear some of that stuff up off your record so you can, you know, get a firearm to protect your family, especially after 10, 15, 20 years.
Well, y'all saying Trump doing something for white people anyway. That's the thing. You already saying Trump just doing something just for the whites. You know, hey, look at up at the Capitol. Up at the Capitol, hey, he just freed all them people. Look what he did. He pardoned every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
What if he says he's gonna do something for this white? Who was up there in the Capitol?
I mean, the whole thing is, because I don't recall Biden them letting out none of the people that Trump let out. Trump done let out all kind of people. I'm trying to figure out what this mess going on with Lil Boosie right now, because I don't understand. Because he talking about he paid somebody $300,000 for a pardon that he didn't get or something. I think somebody just done scammed him out some money.
No, because I'm not complaining about that. I'm not complaining about that simply because he did what he's supposed to do. I ain't gonna complain about somebody doing what they're supposed to do for their people. If I was the president, I'd do something specifically for Blacks. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why I'm not complaining about that.
Well, my opinion on that, I wish we would have let.
That's why we put Obama in there.
My opinion is, I wish we would have let them pay them people off. Every Black person should have been supporting Trump, paying off them January 6th. So wouldn't nobody had no excuse when it would have been our turn to get some money. I would have gave it to him for nothing. I would have been fighting right on Trump pay them people. Because as soon as we get another Democrat in there, they can't tell you, they can't give you nothing. Shoot, because sometimes you gotta, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Sometimes you gotta get in where you fit in. We all know about reverse psychology. Shoot, sometimes you gotta root for somebody sometimes you gotta root for who you against to win. Hey, shoot. Hey, for real. Because if two tough teams playing each other and I think I got a better chance against this team, I'm going to root for them because I know once they get to me, they're going to be in trouble. Shoot, right. I was rooting for them to get their money. So next time reparations come up, I can't hear nobody say, oh, well, we can't do this. Trump paid them. Get that money together. Shoot, sometimes you got to let stuff happen so people can't say that it's impossible. You know what I
Well,
mean? Everybody said the president can't do what they want to do, but every time Trump try to do what he want to do, y'all be right on board with fighting against it. We should be fighting for him. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about it is, you know, they always say they can't do this. Well, we could get, because we all the black people know that there's certain things that we need to bypass to kind of get what we need to get, like taxes and the systemic racism and the problems that's still left in this country. And anytime Trump does something to trample that, we fight against him instead of letting him go ahead and do it so it can show that it's possible. You see what I'm saying? That's just like everybody was like, oh, when every time the Democrats in office, when gas go high, they say it ain't got nothing to do with the president. But every time Trump in office and it go up, they say it's Donald Trump's fault. You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy. If an issue like this come up where Trump trying to pay some people some reparations for being mistreated in America, we should have been on board with them getting their money. So when they come back around, we could get our money for being mistreated in America. And that's my honest opinion about that. Yeah, it's got to be strategic. It's got to be strategic because you get people, just like they kept saying, Obama couldn't do this, Obama couldn't do that because wasn't nobody, the House wouldn't do it, the what's name wouldn't do it. Trump sat up there and made the Supreme Court look stupid the night before before he did the speech where wouldn't nobody stand up. What that was? When wouldn't nobody stand up?
Yeah, that was.
But you know what I'm talking about when he asked everybody, was American citizens more important than illegals?
Yeah, the State of the Union. That was the State of the Union.
He was right there the night before the State of the Union. He went over the Supreme Court. He passed stuff over the Supreme Court. And y'all said Obama couldn't do nothing. Trump bypassed them. They said no, Trump. Trump said, okay, whatever. Scratched them off the book and just went past them and did what he wanted to do. Come on, this is the kind of stuff we need to see. Yeah, State of the Union. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we need to see so that we can get somewhere. You know what I mean? So when we get a president in there, they can't be making excuses saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But every time they say, oh, this president's just doing too much. He's trying to do whatever he want to do. And y'all get right on, fight against it. No, stand with the man. So whenever y'all get y'all person back in there, they better do what y'all want them to do. Because you can't tell me these lies. Everything Trump want to do, man, we should be supporting him to do it. Because as soon as you get somebody that swear they for the people and they swear they go put us where we need to be, then we go get where we need to be because they can't make no excuses. If it ain't never been done, then they can say it can't happen, right?
Yeah.
So, man, that's crazy, though.
Well, I'm telling you, we just have to pay attention, man. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We do it all the time. You know right from wrong. If you agree with wrong, you might as well be in it doing it. I'm not going to agree with anything that I know that's not right. Okay? I'm not going to agree with it. You can do it, but that don't mean I got to agree with it. I'm not going to agree with it. I'm not going to agree with two men together, two women together, because I'm not. Because I know it's not right. I don't care what they do. I'm just telling you it's not right. I'm not going to agree with a murderer, a thief, a liar, nothing else. That don't mean people ain't going to do it. That means they don't do it. But that don't mean I got to agree with it. It's one thing in doing something. It's another thing in agreeing with it. If I'm in agreement with that I might as well to do it. Or I got the potential to do it if I agree with it. Okay? I don't agree with it. And that's where they're trying to get this country to. That's why they're trying to trans the kids. That's why they're trying to do all of this mess. I don't know how many people out there agree with transing your child. I don't know how many people out there.
That should make you not want to be a Democrat right there. Especially if you on the side of the Democrats.
I don't know what mamas is like that.
Yeah, exactly. That don't make no sense. That is not a kid issue. That ain't no kid issue. Man, some of that stuff that they want you to allow them to do to your kids, you'll go to jail if you did it to your kids yourself. Come on, man. Right. This stuff is crazy. Yeah. Come on, man. You letting these people do whatever they want to do to your kids, and you can't even do it. You better not even give them you better not whoop them too good. You going to jail.
They started with that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That was part of the play they ran.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
we gotta get up out of here.
Yeah.
Me and Art, we're gonna continue to bring you more episodes just like this one. Between what I say, what Art say, the truth is in there somewhat.
Yeah. It's one thing for certain.
There's two things for sure,
Gonna tell the truth.
because it's time.
Time to tell the
Time.
truth. That's what we do on this show. I mean, some people
Yeah.
don't like it. That's fine too. But you're gonna have to tell the truth on this show because that's what we do. The truth is a hard thing, but you got to do it. I mean, you know, it's not. You know, it's not right. Whether you agree with it or not, you can't say it's right. I don't agree with it. I'm not gonna agree with nothing that's not right. You can do it. I can still love you, but it's not right.
We'll get with you next week.